April Fools, suckers!
Happy April Fool's Day, everybody! The Green Scorpion here, not Omega Snake this time, because it is April Fool's Day, and for today's boss strategy, I will be showing you how to fight Corypheus from Dragon Age Inquisition. So, this boss fight is rather difficult, being it the final boss of the game. Spoilers, by the way, for any of you who haven't played this game yet. Now, there is a lot of ways to go about this, seeing as how open-ended this game is, but I'm going to show you a strategy that I found very effective. Now, first of all, we're going to go into the characters. The character that I've created, the Inquisitor, whose name is Locke, is actually a D&D character of mine. He is a double-bladed assassin, which is in the rogue class, so he's very high damage DPS, but he's a glass cannon. His main focus is to get in there, do damage, hit and run tactics. Basically, his whole purpose is to rack up as much damage as possible, especially with his patented Mark of Death. That is going to be the key with this character. Now, as for the other characters you should bring, the other character is you want to bring a warrior with you, either a tank or a bruiser. Depending on what your class is. Since I already have a damage per second character in my roster, I'm going to bring a tank. In my case, is going to be Blackwall. Blackwall, I have specialized in the Vanguard class, which means he can rack up a lot of armor, he can draw a lot of attention, and he can basically take hits like a boss. And the champion class gives him even more defensive options, so this is a very, very good combination when you want to build a tanky character. Blackwall's very, very good for this. Oh, my bad. Cassandra can also specialize in that class. However, she works better as a shield and weapon warrior, because her Templar abilities make it so that she's more defensive against magic, but also in terms of how she handles enemies offensively. I personally am going to choose Blackwall for this fight because, again, he can draw the attention, he can keep up the fight, and he can basically keep fighting no matter how much punishment he takes. If you don't have a damage per second with your main character, I do suggest going with Iron Bull. If you have Iron Bull specialized in the two-handed weapon, and combined with his Ravager class, he can do serious amounts of damage in a very short amount of time. But I already have a DPS, and normally I would bring Iron Bull with me because he's freaking awesome, but I'm going to go with Blackwall in this one. Now, as for your other two classes, you will need a ranged damage, either a mage who specializes in damaging spells, or an archer. Because if you have a bruiser already or something along those lines, bringing Cole wouldn't be a bad idea, because usually people will make him a double dagger or a subterfuge rogue, but that means his but since I already have that role filled, I'm not gonna need Cole. In my case, I'm actually bringing, where are you? I'm bringing Sarah with me. Sarah I made specialize in archery, since that's pretty much her specialty. She has all the abilities, and her Tempest abilities tend to keep her safe, as well as damage enemies who come near her, which is very good. You can also go with Varric if you have Bianca fully upgraded, and if you specialize him in the archery class as well. Now, if you want to go for a mage with damage at range, I would suggest... I did it again. I would suggest a character that specializes in the fire class, the Inferno, which in my case was Dorian. However, since I'm already going to be having Sarah as my ranged damage, especially for another particular reason, which I'm going to get into in a minute, I'm not going to bring Dorian. As for your mage, I cannot stress this enough, guys. Bring your healer. Specifically, the mage that specializes in the spirit class. In my case, is VVN. You cannot go into this fight without having your fully stocked spirit mage. Revival, the barriers, the dispels, they are invaluable in this fight. And I found VVN to be the perfect spirit mage because her Knight Enchanter abilities also gives her other defensive options and healing for the rest of the party. Excuse me. This is a very good combination with VVN. So bring your spirit mage. I mean, if it's not VVN, it might be Solus or it might be Dorian. Either way, have them specialize in the spirit class because you're going to need it. So that's basically my team. What my team's going to be: my main character Locke, who is my DPS, Blackwall my tank, Sarah my range damage, and VVN my healer. Now, another something that you have to keep in mind are the potions. I have Locke equipped with the Confusion Grenade and the Jar of Bees. The Jar of Bees is very, very useful here. I recommend having Sarah equipped with this as well. Speaking of which, Tears of the Dead also. That's really nice to have. Tears of the Dead increases damage to rogues, and the Jar of Bees is also really good. Dorian, I would suggest the Lyrium... No, not Dorian. I'm going to bring VVN with me. In that case, I'm equipping her with Regeneration Potion and the Lyrium Potion, specifically for the magic increase and for the and to keep her alive. This, along with Blackwall, you want the Regeneration Potion and the Rock Armor Tonic. The Rock Armor Tonic increases his armor, and the Regeneration Potion speaks for itself. This will keep him alive. You want this. And that's pretty much it for the potions. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what if I already upgraded all my characters and I don't have them specialize in just one thing? I have them all around. First of all, that's alright. However, not exactly the best way to go about playing this if you want to win. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. This is a game about having fun. But if you want to reset all of your stats for each character, there is an item at the Undercroft called the Tactician's Renewal. This is a very, very useful item if you want to reclass your characters. It'll reset all of the upgrading points that you've put on your character, so you can rearrange them in any way you wish. Whether you want to do something ridiculous or you want to do something efficient if you want to specialize them in one class. So if you have the need to do this, come here to the Undercroft and get this item. It's very good. Overall, however, that's pretty much it for preparation. I'm gonna go over to the war room, and I'll meet you guys at the fight of Corypheus. Alright, and here we are at the fight against Corypheus. Now, it starts off down here, and there's Corypheus. Now, what you want to do is first mark him with a death blow. Oh, that was the wrong one. Mark him with a death blow. From there, or the mark of death, yeah. From there, rack up as much damage as possible. He's going to use a lot of shockwave spells, and he's going to try and basically do as much damage to you as possible. He's going to summon demons as well. From there, you basically just want to do as much damage as possible to him. Keep your distance for the most part while he's trying to cast his spells, and keep yourself healed up. Yeah, he's going to just keep on talking. Anytime he goes forward, just pursue him. Here we go, like, he's up there. Mark of Death. He's got that up. And use 1,000 Cuts to get him from a distance as the rogue. Where'd he go? There he is. From there, just keep on pursuing him. Keep on damaging him as much as you can. Blackwall's going to take up much of the damage because of his taunting abilities. However, he's immune to most crowd control effects, which is why I don't recommend bringing a Frost Mage or a Storm Mage with you. Mainly because he won't be affected too much by them. Fire is the best way to go because it'll do damage over time, which in this case is thanks to VVN's staff. So yeah, that's another thing. Equip her with a fire staff if you can, because that's extremely useful. Ow. Okay, so Mark of Death is out of cooldown, so I'm gonna tag him with it again, and use not the sleeping bomb, 1,000 Cuts. And he's escaped again, so we're gonna pursue. This is basically the best way to go about this, and I forgot to mention this before. The mission briefing says that it would recommend a certain level, which is 14 to 19 in this case, which you can pretty much fight Corypheus any point between that. Now, there's a supply cache here. Take this time to check your teammates and make sure they are fully healed. Believe me. So, yep, everyone's healed. Now, if you go to your supply cache, they're all back. This is the best way to do it. Take the time to do this. So we go up here, and we should meet up with Corypheus once again. And here we go. Mark of Death. And from here, in this point, I would use the Jar of Bees, because this is going to rack up the damage counter on the Mark of Death a lot. And the damage over time doesn't hurt either. Look at how much damage he's taking right now. And we're gonna go into the next part. Yeah, you guys remember the dragon? He still has that. Hello, Morgan. Yeah, Corypheus is not the only thing we have to fight. He still has this dragon. Alright. This guy is a little harder. Peg him with the Mark of Death and rack up the damage just as before. Be warned though, this thing is a pain in the butt if you're not prepared. He's going to attack with a lot of shockwave attacks, and he's got a fire breath, he's got... yeah, that fire breath right there. Well, that's more like a red lyrium breath. Basically, keep your distance from that, and keep on racking up the damage. I recommend using another Jar of Bees here as well, which I'm going to do just that. This is the fight where you want everyone to use their tonics. I'm going to have, Sarah use the, yep, she used it. Blackwall, give him the Rock Armor tonic, as well as the Regeneration Potion, and give, Vivienne the Lyrium Potion and the, Regeneration Potion as well. They're going to need it. From here, just keep on racking up the damage and try to bring this guy down as much as possible. That circle you see around him, you generally want to stay out of that for the most part. Attack at a distance when you can, and then go in when you see fit. Yeah, as you see right now, those blue lines above our health bars, that's Vivienne doing it, going to work. Those barriers are extremely useful here. Yeah, this fight, because of how big this dragon is, it's also a little bit tough to see sometimes. Basically, like, keep your distance and try to get a comfortable venue when you can, because you're going to need it. Alright. I'm going to take, I don't need the confusion grenade. Ow. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to do earlier. The confusion grenade is what you want to do when Corypheus summons his, demons. From there, basically just, keep on attacking everything else. Ow! Okay, I'm gonna take a potion here. Yeah, as you can tell, we've already got this red lyrium dragon down a good peg. I'm gonna use 1,000 cuts. Whoa, boy. Yeah, this thing has a crap ton of health, in case you haven't noticed. And there we go. Now, while this is going on, I'm mainly going through a strategy that that requires the rogue talents. If you're going to go with a warrior, I would suggest using Earth-Shattering Strike as well as the Mighty Blow combination.
Let the skies boil. Let the world
because
be red
that
to
combination
thunder.
is often very good for racking up the damage. As for a mage, again, Inferno. Just use the Inferno spells. If you have your mage upgraded to a different class, Lightning's not bad. Ice is not gonna do much. If you want to use if your main character is a mage, either have him in Spirit, upgraded as a Spirit mage, or an Inferno mage. Other than that, you're not gonna be able to do much to this guy. Anyway, here's the last bit. Let's go.
So it is. Kill him before he destroys
Oof.
the veil.
Basically, just attack him and bring him down as fast as possible. Yeah, that attack. You want to stay in the center of that because it doesn't reach the center. At least not as much, but it'll do the least amount of damage in the center. You can't really avoid something like that. Okay, when he has this barrier up, keep your distance. As for everyone else, they can keep on going, but wait for your stuff to go up. But look how much damage Sarah just took from that. Where are you? Here you are. Oh, geez, I took damage from that. Okay, I'm gonna mark him again. Okay, next time I have a Mark of Death up, you can also do it manually like I just did for bonus damage. And that should bring him down.
Not like this. I have walked the halls of the Golden City, crossed the ages. Do not, ancient ones, I beseech you. If you exist, if you ever truly existed, aid me now.
Ouch. And with that, my friends, that is how you fight Corypheus. Now, keep in mind, this is only one way to fight him. There are a multitude of ways to do this, but this is with a strategy mainly for the rogue class. Ooh. Aside from that, if you want strategies based on the warrior class and the mage class, as I shared before, either go tank or bruiser with the warrior, or go the inferno or spirit with the mage. Other than that, that's pretty much how you fight Corypheus, guys. So, thank you guys for watching. Happy April Fool's Day. I want to give a special shout out to Omega Snake for inviting me here. And with that, Corypheus is down. And I'll see you guys next time.